Good morning, I'm Michelle Westlund from Pinnacle People Solutions and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live update. Pinnacle People Solutions provides human resource services and solutions to regionally based small to medium enterprises and not-for-profits, and we are here to help you and your business not only through these challenging COVID-19 times, but all the time. Please ask any questions you have as we go along and we'll do our best to answer. Outside of this, you can contact the team anytime via Facebook, email, telephone, LinkedIn, whatever suits you. The details are in the comments. If you want more information about any of these stories, please just get in touch or ask in the comments, and we'll also be posting external links where these are available. The COVID news in New South Wales is still teetering on the edge a bit, but with good contact tracing and everyone continuing to be vigilant with hygiene and social distancing, we do stand a good chance of avoiding a spike in cases. The New South Wales government did tweak some restrictions, which started last Friday. So music rehearsals and performances of up to 500 people can be held outdoors as long as a COVID safety plan is in place. Hospitality venues that are using electronic entry recording, so that's using an app or a sign in with a QR code, not handwritten notes. They can have one person per 2 square metres in outdoor areas, subject to capacity limits, but all premises must continue to have a COVID-19 safety plan in place. This also applies to special events that can exceed the regular hospitality maximum limit, such as corporate events, weddings, funerals, and religious services. And of course, travellers can arrive from New Zealand without mandatory quarantine, as long as they haven't been in a New Zealand hotspot in the last 14 days. As always, please check the New South Wales COVID-19 website for the latest details, and we'll put the link to that website up in the comments. So while there haven't been any cases in regional areas for quite a while, this is not a good reason for complacency, especially with the New South Wales school holidays having just finished. Please wash your hands well, practice social distancing, and get tested if you have any symptoms. The last thing regional New South Wales needs is an outbreak, because we've stopped thinking that this is going to affect us. Victoria was also able to lift restrictions in Melbourne starting at midnight today. The big ticket changes are hairdressers are allowed to reopen, and I know that my sister-in-law is very happy about that. Melbourneites are allowed to travel within 25 kilometres of home rather than 5 kilometres. There's no limit on daily exercise time, which is up from a maximum of 2 hours up till now. Groups of up to 10 people from up to 2 households are allowed to gather outdoors, and outdoor sporting facilities that don't require change rooms can reopen. So that includes things like tennis courts, bowling clubs. Interestingly, bocce facilities were particularly mentioned in the Victorian guidelines. In regional Victoria, the restrictions have also lifted slightly. 2 adults and 2 children can visit another household at home. And hospitality venues can increase patron numbers to up to 70 people outside and 40 inside, depending on space restrictions, while still complying with the person per square metre rule. Restrictions are expected to ease even further in a couple of weeks, and it's possible that they'll be lifted beforehand if numbers continue to be as low as they have been. So good job, Victoria, you've been amazing. There's been an interesting side effect of the capacity to work from home suddenly being extended to everyone. It's being reported that most regional areas are reporting a vacancy rate in their residential properties of less than 1%, which is crazy. This is great news for our regions. More people living locally means more dollars spent in the local economy, and if they're earned elsewhere, then all the better. On the flip side, a recent Deloitte report forecasts that due to Australia closing its borders for the pandemic, we are going to experience significantly lower population growth rates in the future, which will lead to Australia having a slightly smaller and slightly older population. This is not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a big thing in relation to infrastructure, growth plans, revenue projections, anticipated welfare costs for older Australians, how industries are going to change, particularly with regard to caring and healthcare, and so on. Up until now, almost 2/3 of our annual population growth has come from migration, which has almost stopped overnight. And it will be very interesting to see how governments at all levels take this unexpected change into account. But there's certainly a lot of opportunity for business, particularly in the regions, to think about how to take advantage of this situation and provide services that older Australians will need in the future. The HSC exams start tomorrow. And what a year it has been for our Year 12 students, in and out of lockdown, in and out of school. It's certainly been a challenge. It sounds like all possible precautions are being taken by schools, the education department, students and parents to keep everyone safe and healthy during this time. And we wish all students sitting these exams the best of luck. Keep in mind though that your results here are not the be all and end all, and I can tell you from my personal experience, I started university studying medical science, which was my lifelong dream. I changed to science art so that I could study German, loved arts, finished that degree with majors in performance art and linguistics, then did a Juris Doctor in law, and now I'm working in human resources and loving every minute. Do your best, of course, but life will take you on its own journey. So thank you for joining us today. If you have any specific questions about your business or want us to help you out, contact us anytime via email, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, for an obligation-free chat. Our webinar this Wednesday afternoon continues our fundamental series to refresh us all about the HR basics as part of New South Wales Small Business Month. This week, our CEO Bron will be discussing paying your staff correctly. This has been a huge issue in the news in recent times, and some really big organisations have not been getting it right and underpaying staff by considerable amounts over a considerable time. If the big players are making errors here with their dedicated payroll staff and giant HR departments, it's not hard to imagine that smaller businesses are having much the same issues. So tell your colleagues and tune in on Wednesday at 5:30. You can register to attend any or all of these sessions through the New South Wales Small Business Month website, and we'll put the link up in the comments. In the meantime, please hug the people you can, wave cheerily at those you yet can't, stay safe, stay distant, wash your hands, and we'll see you on Wednesday.